Okay, we're moving on now. Good evening. I'm Crystal Cruz.
And I'm Sarah Donchie. After nearly 2 years of waiting, America is just hours away from getting some answers straight from Robert Mueller.
Yeah, the Attorney General expected to release the much-anticipated Mueller report tomorrow morning. KCAL9's political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now with details. Dave.
And the latest information we have is that this will be released between 8 and 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, Pacific time, that is. Tonight, the Washington Post is reporting the Mueller report will only be lightly redacted and will offer a detailed look at Donald Trump's actions. The paper also reports special counsel Robert Mueller could not reach a decision on obstruction charges because he couldn't determine President Trump's intentions. Here's a preview. As Washington braces for the release of the Mueller report, President Trump said in a radio interview he is ready and unworried.
This should never happen to a president or to this country again, what took place. And you'll see a lot of very strong things come out tomorrow.
The president's personal attorneys have prepared a counter-report to emphasize there were no charges of collusion or obstruction against the president or anyone else. There are reports tonight the Justice Department and the White House have had numerous conversations about the report, and that has helped the president's team craft its response.
There was no collusion and there was no obstruction.
In a summary released last month, Attorney General William Barr said special counsel Robert Mueller did not find evidence the president's campaign coordinated with Moscow to influence the 2016 election, and Barr himself determined there was not enough evidence of obstruction of justice to prosecute, angering Democrats. Tomorrow's report could shed light on President Trump's efforts to blunt the investigation, and a heavily redacted version could fuel a bitter partisan feud over the public's right to see the results of Mueller's work.
Could the president still be implicated in this report?
Certainly.
Mary McCord is the former acting assistant attorney general at the Department of Justice.
What we may or may not see, depending on redactions, is the extent to which there may have been wrongdoing, and then people can make a judgment for themselves.
Barr has promised transparency, but says he will redact grand jury material, information that could impact ongoing investigations, classified material, and evidence against people not criminally charged.
We plan to identify very specifically which redactions relate to which category and try to explain why that redaction was made.
But Democrats say that isn't good enough and will demand the full report be given to them.
This is a democracy. The people have the right to the information so that people can exercise the power that we're given in our system of government.
Tomorrow, the Attorney General will hold a news conference to discuss the report before it's sent to Capitol Hill.
The fact that the Attorney General is not releasing even the redacted report to Congress until after his press conference will again result in the report being presented through his own words rather than through the words of Special Counsel Mueller.
And tonight, the president posted a fundraising message saying, join the official Defend the President coalition before the Mueller report is released tomorrow. Now, the Washington Post also reporting tonight that the Justice Department revealed in a recent court filing that it plans to let a limited number of lawmakers and their staff review the Mueller report without certain redactions. And Attorney General William Barr has said he's willing to discuss with lawmakers the possibility of providing more information if they're not satisfied by what is released tomorrow. Crystal,
Okay,
back to
Dave.
you.
Thank you. And